In this capsule, we look at how the HM is using classroom observation as a tool to monitor teacher performance. An effective classroom observation is followed by feedback where the strengths and areas of improvements are discussed. The HM of JHS Paddy, Ms. Debra Fernandez, walks us through how the observations and feedback process followed in their school.
The classroom observations basically is for the improvement of the teacher and the student. It is not to keep a check on the teacher. It is actually done with intimation, so the teacher himself or herself is more relaxed. And what is observed in the classroom is like how he or she teaches, how the students understand, how they interact with them, what is their relationship as a teacher student relationship, means how the teacher is able to deliver to the students, whether she uses all the methods properly, or maybe she could be having something better new which only when I go to the classroom like I'm able to observe it. Normally I have them twice in a term, so like maybe 4 times in a year. Like when I go to the classroom, like what I expect from them is recall of the previous, then say the topic to be taught is introduced, then the method how the teacher will introduce it, in what simple forms, so that she brings out feedback from the students. I expect the teacher maybe to support her lesson, some teaching aids, so that it becomes more concrete and realistic by looking at the aids to the students rather than it become, abstract. And these lesson observations sometimes help me too, because sometimes I also get so engrossed and I learn. So when I feel what the teacher teaches and I am able, because all subjects I do not know, I'm a science teacher, so I feel very happy and satisfied when I have such a lesson. Lesson observation, I will sit there for maximum 10 minutes. But this 10 minutes even are enough for me to know the confidence of the teacher, confidence in the content of the subject, and also confidence to deliver it to the students, because sometimes teachers have a lot of information and they are not able to give it how the teacher has planned her lesson, and so it's enough, like, oh, this lesson will be fine, this teacher will be, she's doing a good job. Now the teacher, there is a book where the observation and suggestions are there. The teacher, after I record it, means I come and record it immediately, because then there's a tendency like to forget, so immediately I record, and then maybe whenever the teacher is free, he or she is asked to come to read and sign. The teachers are very positive, and if there are any suggestions, they will surely improve on it. So by the time we go for the next observation, they have rectified whatever was suggested to them, and they do a good job. Like there was an instance where the teacher, the teaching aid, it was shown from a distance, and the front benches only, they are the ones who will interact more. So then I have told, like I suggested to this teacher, see that there is more involvement, like you have a plan or a method in teaching, involving maximum students, and so more of them benefit from this lesson, not only the good ones, yeah, even the weak ones should feel happy that they are participating in it.
By uh, observing, we also improving, and also the teaching also goes smoothly. She personally meets us and tells us what you have done the mistake, you should not do the same mistakes again. Madam gives us both, which is right things and the wrong things, what I have done the mistakes in the lesson. She gives feedback, both feedbacks she gives.
In the next few slides, the process of observation is divided into three parts: before, during, and after observation. This is a broad outline to plan for observations. Using the pointers and the template, make your own classroom observation plan.